All right. All right. All right. Sorry. I just saw that. Okay. I just saw that. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. My name is Paul-Esupofo. Welcome to Special Drama Film School Online, the first of its kind on Facebook Live and later been uploaded on YouTube. Tonight is an interactive session. Let me invite other people. If you're a daughter, if you're a female, if you're a woman, if you're a female, you are somebody's daughter. If you're a lady, you're somebody's daughter. If you're a girl, you're somebody's daughter. Okay, if you're a female, you're somebody's daughter. If you're a girl, you're somebody's daughter. If you're a lady, you're somebody's daughter. If you are a woman, you're somebody's daughter. Okay, so you are a daughter. And I say, wow. I was just leaving. I just went to buy something. I just got the father and daughter were talking, and I said, wow, this is dad and daughter's deal. It's a deal. What's the deal there? Let's talk. Do you like your dad? Are you at any point in time closer to your dad? What can you say about your dad? So that's what we're going to do. You are going to be the guest. Anybody can be a guest on Saturdays like this. You can just, unless we have invited you, especially. If you want to talk, just press that guest button. Then make sure your phone is on landscape. Make sure your phone is on landscape, and so that you can also participate. You can write something for me right now as you're joining. Please, let's share. Let's share, and let's share with other people. So where's the music? King Michael, where's the music for us tonight? Where's the music for us tonight? There's the music for us tonight. We're going to hear some little music. So please, let's share with other people. Let's share with other people. It's time to celebrate. Last week, it was Jamboree of dance, very prophetic. Highly prophetic and all that. So we're going to be here sharing with other people what we have in our mind. So right now, let's go straight to let's share with people. Let's share with people. So tonight you have to contribute. You have to write something. How do you have a deal with the Father? Do you have a deal with Father? What's your deal with the Father? This is Jingle and all that. Please, you can press the guest button to participate, or you can write something. Are you a daughter? When I was about to do this, my son said, but I'm the firstborn. Why don't you talk about son first? I said, I'm not gender biased, okay? This is about daughter. This is about female. This is about someone who is so fragile. I was reading a script that was a kind of revelation by my wife and my son, helping my son to do our son to do the exam, the assignment, and it just put something. Remember, your dad said, "Never you lift your hands because they are fragile." Okay, let's go. This is the music. I don't have the copyright to it. It's Jingina. All right, Gazer. So let's go. Let's write something. Thank you so much, Jeremiah White. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate all of you for sharing. Please go ahead and share more. Let's share more. Let's share. Go ahead and share. Let's share in our groups. Let's share to the groups rather. Let's share to the groups right now. Let's go. Let's share with the groups. Let's share with the groups. It's very good for us to share right now. Share right now. I'm actually sharing right now. So if you have your contributions, please feel free to drop it. This is a Christian Filmmakers Forum where we teach every day, and also our Saturdays interactive session where we allow people to be the best for the Lord Jesus Christ. So Saturdays I don't teach really, except people don't except you don't contribute, unless you don't say some things, then I'll come up to say something. That's only when I come out to say something. So please, let's go now. Let's go now. Let's type. Let's share with people. Now, before we go, we have a special guest in the house. Somebody that will be speaking from background because of the load of work. Because of the load of work on her, she'll be sharing with us, and she'll be sharing with us, seriously sharing with us tonight. She'll be sharing with us. So while she's sharing, please kindly share with other people. Kindly let us know how this is helping you. The topic again is 3Ds, triple Ds rather. Triple Ds, daddy and daughter's deal. You know that? Okay. Identify yourself. Thank you so much. When you're watching, please tell us the country and the city you are watching from. Over to you, our beloved sister. Is no other person, a beloved sister, a female, a girl at a particular time, a lady at a particular time. You call her a girl, you call her a lady at a particular time, and she's now being addressed as a woman at a particular time, and now added to all those things I mentioned, a mother. Yes, I'm going to talk from my perspective, but I don't want to teach. If you're a father in the house, you're a daughter in the house, let me tell you the deals you have been having with your dad. Let me tell you the deals that you have had with your dad, and everybody was like, wow. You know, that's what we're going to share tonight. Over to you, no other person than Grace Oluwabumi Ori Ade. Welcome, ma. Welcome, ma.
Good evening, everybody. It's a lovely weekend, and I want to believe we are enjoying ourselves. And if not, let's just try and enjoy it. No matter how it is, you know. The Bible says when they said there's casting down, our own is all there is lifting. So we should lift our heart. Tonight we're talking about daddy, daughter's deal. If I should start, I want to talk about the deal. Now, what's the deal about? What's important about the deal? What is that deal? One, we can say the relationship. We can say rapport. We can say intimacy. We can say gist. We can say trust. We can say many more. Though there is a limit to what daddy and daughter, to how daddy and daughter can relate. But notwithstanding, in the midst of trust, there's no length they could not go. As in the relationship of a dad and a daughter. Some of us might not have the attention of our dad when we're growing up too much. I don't think I'm not somebody that I have the attention of my mom more than my dad. To the extent that when my dad is around, at a time, if he's spending too much time at home, or let me say if he's spending too much days, like the maximum is 1 week, we are tired of him. I'm tired of him because I don't know everything I wanted to say, I want to share, within that 1 week, the excitement of seeing my dad, I've exhausted everything. So the other ones is so it's now instruction, bombarding you with work and things like that. I know. My dad is a proud farmer, so, and he doesn't see us as females. No. It doesn't, because female is more. We are more.
And she sees you as what?
She sees us as male. Together, everything is. We are the same. We are equal. It's only when it comes to the gender stuff that they go, oh, this is a boy, this is a girl. But apart from that, when it comes to work, everything, we are the same. There's no younger and older. The only thing is like you will carry the quantity that you could, but it's possible that yours will be equivalent to those who, because you might need to like work for, okay, what the adults will take for like 3 times, you might need to take it for like 8 times. It must just be balanced, you know, that it's just someone like that. And I'm fortunate to be the last born in my family, and I have, when it comes to my dad, I have mood swing. I have mood swing when it comes to my dad. When it comes to my dad, I have mood swing. Today I might feel like talking to him. Tomorrow I might not feel like. Today I might feel like going out with him. Tomorrow if he calls me, I might not feel like. So I don't know why it's like that. Because he's a traveler. But my
maybe because he's a traveler. Yeah.
Because he's a traveler. So I have this mood swing, but not unlike my mom. You know, we are always there every day, every time. And my mom understood what she could use to either discipline or to encourage or to, and even you know what to do to take permission from her to do what you want to do or go to where you want to go to. But my dad, you don't know. Or let me say, I don't know.
All right, let me ask you 2 questions before you stop. Why is it that in most cases, dad or daddy, but dad is the right word, dad and daughter, they're always very close. They always have a deal. And mom say, hey, I've talked with my dad. And the mother will say, oh, you've talked to your dad? The dad has agreed? Okay, you didn't call me now. Why is it like that?
To some. It's not general anyway, but...
in the larger percent.
Percentage.
At a larger percentage.
Yes.
Percentage,
So,
okay.
What I notice is, at a particular time, the mothers tend to push the daughter to their father at a particular time. Then at a particular I noticed that men or dad loves their daughters. They love the daughter. They tend to like pamper them. Is that pampering aspect of it that make it like they love them more? No. But they pamper them more because they know they are fragile. You know, my dad used to call his firstborn my younger sister. My younger sister. You know, that's what he used to call her. Abrobi. And why? Because they went through thick and thin together. They gave back to her when things were not so easy. So when things became easy, as the process is going on, you know, the experiences, sometimes she would talk as if she's his mom, and you know, so those attitudes now, like it penetrated into his heart. So there is a room in his heart for her. So I think it's always like that. Even when the daughter talks, their father like adds meaning to it faster. Because they are fragile, so they tend to like read meanings to their words, to their needs, and because of the love they have for their mother, sometimes a little bit is shifted to the daughter.
Wow. Finally tonight, before I read something very fantastic, also like what you're saying, is that, can you explain your daughter's relationship with your husband right now, and how will you feel if they always tell their father most things than the way they tell you?
Maybe because I've when it comes to that, talking to their father more than I do, if it comes to that, or if that happens, I think it's going to be a gradual process, because I've read and I've listened to seminars that, and they've said it happens like that. At first, they might start with their mother, or they might start with their father, and eventually at a particular time they will switch to the other person. But presently now, I can say maybe because we stay at home more together, they tend to like talk to me more. But when their daddy comes, if their daddy is not around, all the noise you'll be hearing is my daddy. Oh, my daddy is dead. Oh, my daddy has not come. Hey, has he traveled? Hey, has he came? Oh, this, oh, that. When they are eating, where's my daddy's food? The daddy is not around. They'll be asking for his food. I said, is it your daddy? Is your daddy is my own husband. It's my own husband. So immediately my daughter here, our daughter here, is daddy's voice. She will scream, "Hey, daddy has gone, daddy has gone." If another person is opening the door and it's not the dad, the first thing he will shout is daddy. So like they tend to love their dad because of the kind of heart he also has for them. Sometimes if my husband has not slept, our daughter will not sleep. Sometimes, especially if we should sleep early in the evening. If we wake up, because dad is always working in the night, so until the daddy comes to sleep, she will not sleep.
Wow, fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I am going to read something for all of us. We have been hearing the voice of Grace Oluwabumi Oriade. Thank you so much for your comments. Also, you can be a guest. You can also drop the title this day is the Daddy and Daughters Deal. Daddy and Daughters Deal. So I'm going to be reading from Child Mind Institute, an article written by Real Jacobson. And said 10 tips to help dads and daughters stay close. 10 tips to help daddy and daughters stay close. Navigating the changes that come with adolescents, because my wife just said when they are growing, there are some things that how she find it difficult and all that, and she was so real to it and said, oh, these are the things I find difficult and all that. So let's go. As Ray, we're going to be talking with us now, and I'll be interjecting by explaining some things. Adolescent can be difficult time for fathers and daughters. As little girls grow into young women, it can be hard for dads to figure where and how they fit in. Do you know several times they always fight? They will fight, they will finish their fights, and they have their deal.
That's when it comes to protection.
Yes. As parents, in quotes now, somebody quotes, as parents, our role change over time, says Dr. Jerry Buckrick, a clinical psychologist at the Child Mind Institute. When our daughters are young, our job is to protect them physically and emotionally. But as they get older, we have to take on more of consulting role. And that's where the deal comes in, because dad wants to have a deal, dad wants to protect, especially some dad. When they are not born again, they know what they did with other people's daughters. So when they're not born again, anybody coming around their daughter, their eyes will be doing like this. You understand?
About protection.
Yes, at that time, you have to, when they grow older, you must take more of consulting role. Dad, this happened to you when it like this, dad. So let's go. That's the end of code. It's an important transition for both parents, but one can be especially challenging for dad, who often get the message that their primary role is to be in charge, in quotes, to fix problems when they arise and protect their daughters, especially once dating become part of mix. Okay, we have put 10 tips to help dads and daughters navigate the inevitable changes that come from adolescence and stay close during a transitional and often tumultuous time, the challenging time. One of the things about the deal is this: as a father who wants to be close, as a daughter who wants to be close, this is number one deal. Be a good listener. Can somebody type for me? Be a good listener. When kids are young, it is important to be directive. Don't run. Don't touch. Stay close. Get down. You see, my daughter was coming on the live broadcast and it was showing you got the head. See, go. Mommy was signaling. Don't go there. But as girl grows up and starts seeking more independence, our job shifts, says Dr. Bobrick. Instead of making decisions for them, they want to guide them in making smart decisions for themselves. So you don't go into it, you put them through. A quote again. It's natural to want to keep your daughter safe, says Dr. Bobrick. But when it comes to maintaining a close, open relationship, like my wife was saying, healthy relationship, what was protective and necessary when she was a child can start to feel restrictive and become a source of major tension. Instead, he says fathers should practice listening, not lecturing. That one, in fact, apart from the children, my wife is my daughter. I took my wife as my daughter, not that because my physical daughter, but I took her like my daughter, and she took me as a son. We always say, "Oh, my first daughter, my first son." Why? At this level, my wife said, "Don't lecture me, don't sermonize me." You know, at that time, you have to practice listening, not sermonizing. And recently, I discovered that after praying for so many years, I begin to enjoy such things, and I was like, "Wow." So when they are talking, I begin to talk. I say, "Hey, Soroni," you know, I begin to process. You understand? That's something they say age is also helping, because when you're also growing, age is also helping. So talking through problems together instead of just handing down a ready-made solution will help your daughter feel more comfortable coming to you with problem and help her build vital critical thinking skill she will use all her life. When we step away from protecting and fixing, we can focus on hearing, understanding, and guiding, says Dr. Burek. All right? And that is what kids, especially teenager, really needs. Maybe you have a teenager right now and you are looking at what can I do. Listen to them. Don't lecture them. You know, in my life, you see, when I was younger, you know, my father used to beat me. My father would give me a knock. He did it. Bush. And when you do that, number 2 point, discuss. Don't just dictate rules. I remember a film, and we're going to shoot a film by the grace of God later, not in my house. Maybe we just done it not in my house, because there was a particular thing in that film, that the stage drama, that not in my house, not in my house. Of course, taking a new, less authoritarian approach doesn't mean letting go of all the rules. But even in setting boundaries, there is room for negotiation. Giving kids a chance to say what is most important to them so that they have some buy-in. I quote, "When you work rules out ahead of time, it means that when issues come up, there is no ambiguity. And you are able to have clearer, less fraught conversation in the moment. It is normal for adolescent girls to test the boundaries of their independence." Dr. Brooks note that. But that doesn't mean they don't want or need your guidance too. What does that mean? Several times you have given instruction to your daughter as a deal with the father. Is that and daughter's deal? As a deal, what do you need to do is to put attention and say, "Oh, this is," and they will test you. Is daddy really mean this thing? They will try you again. They want to know. They want to be sure. Number 3 point, be generous with praise. Be generous with praise. In fact, this is what I've done over and over in my family. And, you know, I would just say, "You're just wonderful. You are just a creative person. You are just amazing. You're going to be great." You know? So if you're telling that girl that you are not a prostitute, don't just tell him you're not a prostitute. You are a champion. You are a princess. You are a queen. When girls are in the throes of adolescence, THROES, throes of adolescence, it might seem like your opinion couldn't matter less, but in fact, it is probably never mattered more. Adolescent is minefield, my own field, minefield, MINE, minefield, when it comes to confidence. As girls grows up, mothers tend to take the lead in personal conversation and offering support and encouragement, and that often end up taking a back seat. You now see the dad's deal now. So at the time, it will be that you're shifting. When they begin to get to the puberty age, they look at somebody that is looking like me in this house. There's somebody that looks like me in this house. Oh, they begin to want to ask a question, and have it that I'm feeling that. We say, what is going on? I'm feeling okay. Discuss with your mom. Do you get it now? Now, especially in an open family, don't be that guy that. Don't be that guy that. Girl needs positive feedback from both parents, especially during their teen years. Let your daughter know you are proud of her, and not just by telling her she's beautiful, though that is important too. I'm proud of you, King Michael. Oh, I'm proud of you, Queen Nina. I'm proud of you, King Bino. You know, and you begin to say, wow. Praising her intelligence. In fact, there was a day we discovered that our son is very, very creative. Very, very creative. I said, wow, you are creative. Initially, I was looking at, oh, how will this girl read the way I've read? How will this boy be reading the way I've read? And I'm still reading. You understand? But I'm not really an adept reader. When I read, I study reading. And I don't like seeing people around when I'm reading. But that's me. I can't force my style on my daughter. So, praise her intelligence, creativity, kindness, and sense of humor will help her build and maintain confidence during the time that can be all too focused on appearance. If you do like this, my daughter will come and say, Daddy, are you okay? She will do like this. How are you? Daddy, how are you? She'll be doing like this. And I'll be looking at, say, Daddy, there's something in your eyes. Let me remove it. And I'll be looking at that. You know, sometimes you're like, no, don't touch me. But then I say, no. Also, don't forget that it is not only big wins or straight haze, that deserve to be recognized. Praising accomplishment is great, but it's just as important to praise hard work and bravery it takes to try and stick with new things, especially ones she isn't instant good at. Maybe, oh, she's not listening and say, what? You sucking? Are you sucking? Say, are you sucking? So, Dad, I'm not sucking. You're sucking. I'm sorry, I'm sucking again, okay? So say, you're good. That's a good one. That's a good girl. Good girl. Proud of you. And I know she's struggling with that because she's growing up your lane. I say, you're this girl. What happened? So number 4, let her take the lead when it comes to quality time. Let her take the lead as father. That's one of your deal. You have this deal because Dr. Burke was telling us something. So relate to her on her level and in activities. Relate with her on her level and in activities. What's one of the things I've done? Sometimes I want to walk on the floor with them. I want to roll on the floor, especially when I have the time, or even when I don't have time, I want to create it. Oh, or see, you know, it has been a long time idea, or see, recently, because sometimes maybe I'm walking, and say, yeah, come and ride on me, you do like this, and I always like to be where they are safe. I always like to do it when they are safe, okay? So those are the things you need to look at. Quick chats on the way to or from school are nice. But to really make a connection with you, you need to get involved with the things she's interested in. You can't just talk to your daughter when she's not interested in what they're doing. So it's a deal. When they know that you're showing interest or showing an interest in the things she likes, doesn't have to be complicated.
So that means the most important thing is availability.
Yes, you must be available so that you can be involved in the activities. In fact, sometimes I don't, because I've been a teacher before, auxiliary teacher. When I want to teach them homework, I'm looking at the way I used to teach people in the homework. When I teach you 1 week, 2 weeks, the next time I'm teaching you, naturally, you're already a genius. You're already a genius. So I'm coming with that mind to teach them like that. When I teach them 1 week, 2 weeks, I want to say, wow, you must just know it. And then they say, Daddy, I don't remember. I say, you don't remember. So to me, it's like I've not done anything. Let me go back again. So it could be, don't let it be complicated. It can be as simple as listening to her favorite music together, having a show you watch with her, or going for a bike ride together. Many of us in Africa, we don't have this. But I told myself that my children must know how to ride bikes. Even if I'm going to save a lot of money for them to have a chopper to ride in my presence like this, because I don't know how to do it. I tried a lot of things I don't know in that area. So I said, no, I want to give a deal. Do you get it now? What is important is that by letting her take the lead, you are communicated that you value her interest and finding a space where you can both enjoy yourselves. Number 5, be an ally. Yes, that's a deal. When you want to be an ally to a girl, a girl, a loving-hearted father, to a loving-hearted girl. Now, I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about realistically. Like he said, realistically, there are some parts of being a girl that just can't fully understand. There is nothing you can do. You can't just fully understand it. Your father is not a woman, so he's not a lady. So there are some things that you cannot just understand about being a girl. But fathers, daughters you always see a lot of our general overseers, they always discover their children who are female, they always talk to their father more. He said, you don't talk to me. We have been in this house since. You are waiting until your daddy comes now. You are not talking to your daddy. What about me? Can't you talk to me? Yeah, they can talk with you, but they know when they will talk to you. This might be simple things. Love for your boy band, or the intricacy of the slumber party politics. Physical development, like getting your period, or change in the bra size, or they may be more complex, upsetting experience like sexism or harassment. If your daughter experiences something outside your expertise, don't panic or withdraw. You understand? Because I don't use bra, so I don't even know the bra size. Do you understand? I don't do period. So by the time you get to adolescent age and it was like getting period, you want to do period, is the mother now comes in. Or you have to. That's why the father and mother must be close in this relationship. Because after they deal with your wife and they deal with your daughter, you still have to talk it out. You have to discuss it.
I think at that point, it comes down to the level of exposure and expression.
Yeah.
Now, if the level of exposure of the dad, is more homely, and expression is more homely to that daughter, she tends to like rest and trust the father more, and allow the father to take charge or to be her best friend. But if it is the mother will be her best friend. So it depends on the exposure and the exposure and the expression.
Yes, look at it. He said, instead, thank you, ma'am. He said, instead, show your support by doing what you can. For example, this sex ball. Great. Let's say somebody's daughter. How do you undo it? Look at this. Look at Jocelyn. Let's just listen. He said, if she's harassed about buying tampons, let her know what you are not, and you'll be happy to buy them for her. There is nothing to be ashamed of about periods. So if you're having your period, you're having a cycle, that's not a problem. If she experiences sexual harassment or faces social struggles, don't minimize or dismiss her feelings. Instead, offer support and comfort by letting her know that even though you haven't been in that position, you take her seriously and you are willing to listen anytime she needs you. That's the deal. And when you are validating her feelings, says Dr. Burek, use a period, not a comma. Always put a period, full stop, okay? Period, not a comma. That means support isn't following by criticism. That must have been really hard for you. Not, I can see why you are upsetting you. I can see why that upsets you. But maybe you are being oversensitive. Some of us are oversensitive. Some of us, maybe even the child is just not. And in fact, the one that is bad is nonchalant attitude. That one is very bad for a girl. Okay. Number 6, model healthy relationship. Now, if you have done this very well, once a daughter has this dad and daughter's deal, once it's very cordial, when they got married, they always be fond of their husband. Somebody was telling me today, said, if you're at home, you're always at home with your family. I said, well, I don't know how to do better. Several times, in fact, when I want to play with them, they say, mommy, you should attend to us. And I was like, mommy, okay. Now, if I'm not at home, they are disturbing, you know. Let me say, I just say I'm traveling. Say, to where? Are we all following you? So, do you understand? I said, you're not following me. It got to a time, I just had to like, what is going on? But I have to look at it this way. Model healthy relationships. Adolescent is like to be the first time girls get involved with a real life romantic partner. because that's the time that these twin crushes don't count. So it's really important to talk to you, daughter, about what is and isn't. So you have to sit your wife down and say, please, I need you to help me. If you are not really educated about what's going on in a woman, something, engage your wife. Say, okay, when you are this small, how do you cope? How do you do that? Do you get it now? Then that will help you to tell your daughter what is it and it isn't, which is a part of a healthy relationship. Nobody should thumb your bum. Nobody should touch your... in fact, I want to say that every part of your body is private part. Every part of your body is private part, because this is my eyes, not your eyes. So it's my private part. This is my nose, not your nose. I won't allow anybody to be putting his hand in my nose, because it's not other ones we have known for years. Okay? This is my mouth. This is my mouth. It's my private mouth. It's not... So every part is a private part. So it's not, there is no limitation to it that nobody can touch you or something. No, it's personal. It's personal. That said, all the advice in the world won't matter if you are saying one thing and she's saying another at home. That's one thing I've always been careful. Maybe somebody has come and say, oh, thank you very much, you're appreciating, and they're not there. Your daughter is watching you saying, what is wrong with that man? You are living a double standard life. Tune in to how you and your partner interact, even in moments that don't directly involve your kids. For example, are you supportive when your wife tries new things or has a bad day? Do you listen when interest, or cut her down when she has an idea? And that's what I do. I've done that before. I've not listened to the rest of the say, no, that. And later I now think about it, say, sorry, I'm sorry. So our son was looking when I used to say sorry. So anytime he has done something bad, he will really say, Mommy, I'm sorry. And I say, oh, where did he get this small boy get this thing from? Do you get it now? You can write your comment, please. Don't just listen to me. Don't just watch. It's an interactive session. That's how you see my wife talking back, talking also to in support. Seeing you as a supportive partner, we underscore your daughter's confidence in your belief in her. Once you discover that, oh, you also believe in her, why not? Why not? Number 7, watch your language. That one is very, very... In fact, several times when maybe King Michael, especially not my daughter now, but when King Michael is doing something and somebody say, no, I don't like this. No. I said, I have to watch my language. See, that was the day I told one of our children, I said, don't let your parents say something negative to you. No matter what, don't frustrate them. Don't frustrate them. At the time I was then using the word frustrate. Don't frustrate me. My wife said, no, that word is not good. Though. Watch your language. Girl looks to their father for cues on how men should behave in relationship, but they are also allowed to know to how you talk about women. You may be respectful and encouraging when talking to your wife and daughter and other women close to you, but if you are in the habit of talking about other women in a disrespectful or sexist way, she's hearing that too. If you make comment on women's body or use girl as code for weakness, it throws like a girl. It throws like a girl. Oh, he's behaving as if he's pregnant. You know that one is common in the Yoruba land. She's walking like a pregnant woman. Are you telling me that pregnant woman is so weak? No. So she may worry you think girls aren't competent or feel like you are expecting her. You expect her to live up to impossible standard because she's not a woman. She's not a boy. Especially if you are watching me right now, all your children are girls. Value them, please. Value them, please. You know, in Africa they say, oh, it's only girls. Yes. Some people say in Africa it's only boys. Yes. Which one is not male? Which one is not child? Taking care to use language that empowers women and avoiding the kind that puts them down is a powerful way to let your daughter know that you think girls are just as smart, cool, and capable as boys. Somebody would always tell me that, you know, this is not a boy. You have a son. Our own is a girl. What are you doing? Racism. Criticism. You are discriminating. You are discriminating, rather. Do you understand? You're gender biased. No. God has given those daughters rather, for a purpose. And celebrate them.
Now let me have to...
Let me quickly so that you can add it. That you think she's great just as she is. As a bonus, it also sets a standard for how she should expect other men in her life from boyfriend to bosses to behave as well. Okay, let's go.
Now,
3 more points to go.
One thing I realize also is that whoever come to the level that they could understand the lively time and the boarding time of a female child, the child tends to like appreciate such person. That if it is dad, I said,
My dad would never say anything
what's
good in
happening
you.
to you?
But never say
What's happening
anything.
to you? Oh, has your friend offended you? Oh, is it mommy?
Is it mommy? Oh,
Is it
sorry.
And you just like click on the right part. You know, the child tends like, oh, it's like my daddy really loves me. Oh, my daddy really cares about my feelings. And if it is happy time, like, whoa, see, let's just go. I don't have much. And openness, they tend to appreciate openness, and they pick from your relationship between you and your wife, between the dad and the wife. Now they
dad
see
and mom.
So they tend to like watch mom, what mom used to do that make daddy happy. So one day if they should do it and you feel happy, oh, they've pressed the button. And you too, if you come to understand their time differences, you've pressed the button, and the art of appreciation now becomes a very tight and close relationship.
Yeah, the second to the last. Okay, take care with tough topics, especially when it comes to topics like sex or drinking. Dad may be tempted to lay down the law. But Dr. Brooks says he says that letting your daughter take the lead and helping her talk through things rather than dictating how the conversation you go is more effective and helps set the stage for better long-term communication. You can have the desire to lead the conversation, says Dr. Brooks, but you have to consider is where you are leading it to. Usually away from her feeling comfortable coming to you again, because it will come to you. Likewise, he says that you should be thoughtful about when and how you are approaching every conversation. That is, in quote, making important subject into a big one real conversation and demanding to have a serious talk when she's only ready. When she's not ready, is going to backfire. He says. Instead, he says, Daddy should focus on keeping the conversation open so that she knows it's okay to talk about when she's ready. So sometimes I'm talking to people and say, I don't want to talk about it. Natural men want to pursue. Natural men want to chase. Natural men want to do something more. Natural men want to say, okay, let me know what is going on. Your daughter said, I don't want to talk now. Respect that. When we got married, my wife just said, I just want to be. I said, how will you be? We are married. But that aspect of me was not there because I didn't see it anywhere. So I learned to learn in marriage and say, okay, I want to be. So what if I want to be? I just allow her to be. But after some minutes, a few minutes at most, maybe 1 hour, I had to go back and say, help you, But now,
have you been?
have you been? You understand? So, but if it's a daughter, you can just leave her for 1 or 2 days. She's going to be okay. You understand now? So those are the things. Do your best. Do your best to listen without judgment. Those are the things I've done. People say, Brother Paul, are you not? No. Do your best. Do your best to listen to your daughter. Do your best to listen without judgment. It's okay to have an opinion, but offering it in a critical way is going to shut things down, says Dr. Brooks. So if you say things in a critical way, let's even say you are leading a family. This is a daughter. This is a daddy and daughter's deal. And your daughter is saying, Dad, I fell into sin yesterday. I just told lie. Hey, Ronke, Ayemio, Jesus, hey, you have told lie. You that you are telling the name of God. You have told the word of God. And you, Bosa. The goal is to create a dynamic where your daughter feels comfortable and safe coming to you with questions or problems she's experiencing. She must have that confidence in you. She must have it. And finally, be sure that your daughter knows that it's okay if there are some topics like sexuality, for example, she'd rather take up with someone else. If you all know that father is always shutting him down. If you want to talk to mom about how you are feeling, that's totally okay. I just want to be sure you are talking to someone. And I'm here if you need me. That's the right word. Okay, I'm here if you need me. But if you want, I don't want you to talk to somebody else out of this family. But don't make it a rule. You understand? Because maybe the mother has been shouting and all that. Maybe the mother used to have a menstrual pain and you don't have menstrual pain. And mother, all life of mother is menstrual pain. So if you know that I'm being my period and I'm not feeling anything, are you sure you are not, So why should you be talking to things about sex? You must talk about it to them. Let them know your part of the body is separate. No, it's sacred. None of the part of the body can be taken for granted. Okay. Now, number 9, show your love. As dad, that's a deal. Show your love, but don't transfer love. Don't transfer the attention you have for your wife to your daughter. Okay, but it's a deal. That's what we call elder relationship. When girls are little, most dad never think twice about piggyback rights. Bedtime, like I mentioned, we can come and do bedtime snugs or big hugs. They are used to that. Come and give daddy a big hug. Come and give mommy a big hug. But the onset of puberty can make physical affection feel confusing and fraught. It's not unusual for dad to feel awkward or unsure of what's appropriate, but it is important not to withdraw your affection. When hugs suddenly turn into pats on the back, girls may worry that dad are ashamed of their changing bodies, or in the most dramatic of teen moments, they are no longer loved. The way you show your love will obviously change. A 14-year-old isn't going to be sitting on your lap. Don't allow that, even as a dad. As you have told them, don't sit on anybody's lap. Even you as a dad, you must be careful your 14-year-old girl is sitting down in your lap. It's not that it's okay, that's okay, but teens girl needs affection from their dad just as much as they did when they were young. So when they begin to see that they are developing some part of their body and you are being conscious, instead of, come and hug me, you are patting them, say, Dad, you didn't love me again. Daddy, you didn't love me again. I love you. You are maturing now. You are getting older. You have to communicate it. You have to let them know you are getting older. I still love you. You now begin to do it with wisdom, not just that's one of the things you see.
That's where you give your child lectures, or you give your child, you talk things out one-on-one as they grow. When a child is 2 years old, if there is no baby after the child, you can't tell the child you're a big girl. But if the child has a baby at the back, after such child, you can easily say, compare the child and say, are you a baby like this? And the baby will say, no, I'm a big girl. And so the way you let them understand who they are at a particular period. A 5-year-old child, a 10-year-old child, daughter, and a 14-year-old daughter. If you don't tell them, they will tell you, oh, daddy, you cannot hug me like that again. Because they meet people outside who do expose them to things that you can't imagine. They might not be there when they are saying, they might just be passing by and they will hear it. Or they might just be sitting down on their own and other people are discussing their matters beside them.
Yeah.
So they have this exposure, whether willingly or willingly, they are just exposed. So it's rather you expose them. If it's a child, you understand the kind of a child you have, a daughter you have. Is it a child that can handle it when you expose the child earlier to things he could meet outside? Or is it a child that it is gradual process as I on the go? There are some child that they are on the go. There are some child that before you go, and there are some child that is after you've gone.
So, yeah, that's good. The final point tonight before we close, focus on what is really important. I'm going to read some of our comments and I'm going to read some things. I'm going to read it. Focus on what is really important. Being a dad is hard work. Is hard work, okay? For being a teenager is no panic either, okay? but it isn't worth it. But it isn't worth it if you don't pay attention to what is important. So your focus must be paying attention to what is important. So it's worth it like that. Letting your teenage daughter know how important she is to you can make a huge self-worth. You are a child of God. You are a child of Prince. You are very important, and you are going to excel in life. I see you becoming what God wants you to make you to become. Dad, I want to be a pilot. It's going to be in the name of Jesus. If it's in the will of the Father, it's going to be. So you give them a self-worth for her at the time when her identity may feel fragile. When sometimes she wants to become all things to all men. Today is what's a lawyer, tomorrow is a doctor, tomorrow is this and all that. You have to look at that and help your daughter out. Okay? So it's going to be this and that. And it's something she will carry with her for the rest of her life. When she knows that there is a self-worth for my father, let your daughter know that even though you don't see eye to eye and agree with all her decisions, or she will with yours, that you love her and you always love her, even moments for the rest of her life, no matter what she's going through, no matter the problem, no matter what she's engaging on, no matter what, just tell her, I love you. Do you understand? Don't shy away from telling your daughter that you love your daughter. So I'm not talking about all the other bad love. I'm talking about real love here, sincere love from here that could generate a lot of things. That's the problem. That's a word from real Jacobson. He has been able to explain some things that have brought a lot of transformation and idea to all of us as we have talked. Okay, let me round up here because of our time. I want to appreciate those that have joined. I want to appreciate so many people that have joined. I want to appreciate Josh Dada. Thank you so much, Josh Dada. God bless you. God bless you real good. I appreciate you for wonderful things you're doing, and all of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Any question before we go? Any question before we go? Any question before you go? Okay. Thank you so much. I will respond to your questions. Thank you so much. Today, Triple D. Triple D is the title. Triple D is the title. Triple D is the title. Daddy, and daughters deal. King Michael is saying, when are we going to do daddies and sons deal? Well, probably next week Saturday, by the grace of God. We're going to wait till that time. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be awesome. But it's going to be mommy and sons deal. I got you. That's going to be mommy and sons deal before we now go to daddy, mommy, daddy, and all that. So today is daddy and daughters deal. So next week is going to be mommy and sons deal. Mommy and sons deal. And later we may go to one more on that. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. My name remains Paul-Esupofo. Behind the curtain we have a Queen Nina. Thank you so much, Queen Nina. We have Queen Bina. We have a Queen King Michael Esupofo. No, King Michael Oriade. Somebody said, I caught you. King Michael. There is no other Esupofo in this family. I'm the only Esupofo because it's my name. Paul-Esupofo is a singular name. Adekunle is the middle name, and Oriade is the surname. Yeah, all right. And we have Grace Oluwabumi Oriade. Thank you so much for your time. Till another time, remain blessed. Don't forget, don't just be creative. Stay creative and be a person of creativity. Do have a wonderful day. Bye.